What does life as a UX designer look like? Let's start with the obvious question. What is UX design? UX stands for user experience. UX design is all about making sure the websites and apps you use on a daily basis are easy and intuitive to navigate. If you've ever been frustrated by a difficult to use website or a badly designed app, you may well have a feel for UX design. It's safe to say UX design is a widely sought skill in the 21st century, and it's only going to get more important. In comparison to other jobs in tech though, UX design is a more recent development. So, where did UX come from and why? Put simply, the ever-evolving nature of technology has demanded it. More products than ever are experienced on screen now, and digital services will continue to expand. It makes sense then that UX design has become an entire job role in its own right. Now, you may also have heard about UI design. UI stands for user interface, and some roles encompass elements of both UX and UI. The core difference is UI designers focus more on the visual aesthetics and interactivity of a product, whereas UX designers focus on the structural elements of the user journey. To give a house building analogy, while a UI designer could be compared to an interior designer, a UX designer is more of an architect. It's worth noting that at graduate level, it is common to start off in a more general design role before specializing further down the line. So, where do UX designers work? One of the best things about UX design is the variety of industries and organizations you could find working. Fintech, government, manufacturing, e-learning, healthcare. You name the industry and there's probably a need for a great UX design. As such, you can work for private companies, public bodies, and not-for-profit organizations. You can take your pick between working for a large multinational and a small to medium-sized enterprise. Or you could work for a web design agency rather than working in-house for one organization. And if you prefer working for yourself, freelancing is an option once you have a good portfolio of work to demonstrate. In essence then, there is no shortage of options on where to work as a UX designer. What does life as a UX designer look like then? Generally speaking, you will quickly get used to wearing many hats as a UX designer. Typical tasks include creating mood boards and holding brainstorming sessions with colleagues or clients, researching and building user personas, grading the usability and design of product, creating user flows to track how a user gets from A to B when using the product, site mapping websites to establish information hierarchy, and sketching and creating wireframes, which are basic mock-ups of websites or apps. After these initial design phases, UX designers will test prototypes to iterate and evolve an idea. They'll then coordinate with UI designers and web developers to create the final product. You can expect to use a range of tools and frameworks as a UX designer, including the Laws of UX, which is a collective of UX best practices and softwares such as Figma, Adobe XD, InVision, Sketch, and Axure. Finally, how do you get into UX design? Many UX jobs will ask for a qualification in UX design or related subjects such as computer science or web design. Ultimately, UX design is a competitive field, so relevant work experience will go a long way in helping you get a job. If you haven't got UX design experience, any product design experience will contribute to a portfolio of design work and the skills you need to be a great UX designer. One of the biggest myths about a career in UX design is that you can't apply for jobs if you don't know how to code. In reality, coding experience isn't necessary. In fact, it is much more useful to have a solid grounding in the software used for UX work. Still, having a basic understanding of how a website is built will certainly help a UX designer in their role, particularly when communicating with software developers. Consequently, some familiarity with programming languages such as CSS, JavaScript, and HTML could give you the edge in your job hunt. Beyond the more specific technical skills required of a UX designer, other key skills include a keen eye for design, the ability to think creatively, strong problem-solving skills, attention to detail, project management skills, and of course, given all the communication and collaboration involved, excellent people skills. Now continue on to the next stage of the course, which will give you a sense of what a typical UX design task involves.